So it's good YouTube. It's your boy Dev back again. Another review. I know it is right there. Before we start this review, man, I just wanted to get one thing out the way because a lot of people kind of been confused on how Devin Dorsey works, not Meami. People are thinking now that I'm glad that I've kind of just gone my own route. And I try to preach this to all my other reaction homies too, because at the end of the day, it's going to be about the end, the finish line, not the start. And sometimes you got to sacrifice certain things for it. And the one thing I always say is, man, I'm not entitled to anybody. I'm not a slave to anybody. As much as I appreciate my subscribers, I bought many shots for subscribers I met in real life. You know, I'm very appreciative for all my subscribers, but it comes to a point where, you know, at the end of the day, I'm still doing my thing, and I'm gonna do it my way, and I'm gonna do it how I do it. And it's at the end of the day, I'm looking out for myself to a certain extent. I don't owe anybody a reaction. I don't owe anybody. No one's entitled, whatever. And the fact that I have a Patreon and the way I do reactions now, nothing has changed in that sense. I make reaction videos. I chop them up. I put them on YouTube. That's how it's always been for the last 5 years that I've been doing this shit. And now, people wanted to watch full reactions, so now I put the full reactions on Patreon, my paid subscription, and I still keep it 100 and chop it up and put it on YouTube. Now people have a problem now that there's a full version out there and they can't watch it because they say it's a pay gate. You can call it a pay gate, you can call it a gatekeep, you can call it selling out, whatever the fuck you want to call it. That's not what bothers me. What bothers me is the fact that people are feeling entitled now that I owe them a reaction, or I have to do this. You have to put. I don't have to do anything. I don't literally have to post any videos on YouTube anymore. I can just literally post them all on Patreon because Patreon is my main source of income. So at the end of the day, man, I do this because I have fun. I enjoy it. I like it. It's still great. And now that I've ventured off into things like Twitch, where I do videos and I put every Twitch VOD on Patreon, it's kind of just like that's how it goes. So people that say that I switched up, I don't really care about that. I don't care about any of all that stuff, the negative stuff. That's going to come with the job. The one thing that bothers me is just the fact that people are not feeling entitled like I owe you a reaction when I don't owe you shit. I really don't. And that's 100. I'm a grown-ass man. I'm coming up on 31 years old this year. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't know how else to put that way. I don't owe anybody anything. I'm going to do my thing that I've been doing the way I've been doing it. And I have extra shit that I do now for the extra people that want it. And now regular people that feel entitled feel like they deserve that as well. No. I do that for the extra people that want the extra shit. You don't have to, correct, you don't have to pay for anything. Just like I don't have to do a reaction. We don't have to do anything. So I just want to keep it like that, man. But let's talk about this Pop Smoke album, man. I gotta say, man, we started this review off negative, and that's exactly how we are going to start off this review. Very negative too. This album was insanely ass. Before the album release, it was insanely ass. What I mean by that, this album was ass before it was even ass. The confirmation of ass is just the extra. What I mean by that is the fact that Pop Smoke didn't release this album. Pop Smoke's brother was mad that the fact that his close family were mad that this album released and Pop Smoke wouldn't have want that shit. Dua Lipa was a feature on here. I think that should say it most. That should say it. Everybody's talking about, oh, he was listening to motherfucking One Kiss in the Car. Motherfucking Joe Biden listens to One Kiss in the Car. All right. My dad listens to One Kiss in the Car. He a hood ass nigga. He listens to One Kiss in the Car. All right, just because he listens to One Kiss does not mean that this drill rapper wanted to collaborate with Dua Lipa. He's just appreciate. That's like saying that Pop Smoke listened to Oops, I Did It Again, so now this motherfucker wants to do a collab with Britney Spears? No, that's not how that works, all right? He's just enjoying another piece of art. We don't know that decision. We don't make that decision for him, and since we can't make that decision for him, the neutral thing you do is leave it alone. Now, Pop Smoke releases a 20-track album, again, post-hummus album. He already had one post-hummus album that I felt like was a great finish to his career. I think that 50 Cent did a great job co-directing that album, so I don't understand why we had to get another one. I tell you, I mean, I understand, but I don't think y'all understand because, again, it's the motherfucking 17-year-olds, the 16-year-olds, all the way up to the 22-year-olds who are entitled fucks nowadays. It's a very toxic trait now that these kids have, that they feel entitled to these artists' music that they needed. I wish that I had another Outkast album. I wish that I had another Lauryn Hill album. I wish you released more than one album. I wish that I could get another Nirvana album. I wish that I could listen to Kurt Cobain, push out another one. I wish I could get another motherfucking Audio Slave album. Shit like that. It just doesn't happen like that. You leave the art where the art is. Posthumous albums are ruining careers, and it's purely a leech now. It's literally leeching for, it's milking money. And a lot of you guys just are fucking stupid and don't understand it. I'm sorry to excuse my French, but you guys are just fucking stupid. It's literally, that's just what it is. This album, literally from start to finish, the mixing was horrible from start to finish. I can't believe I heard Pusha T, and I never have said this in the last, 9 years? I have not said this. That Pusha T, I can't remember the last Pusha T verse that was bad, but it had to be 10 years ago. And I gotta tell you, man, when I heard that Pusha T verse on the third track, I forget what the name is. That's how forgettable the album was, but I'll pull it up for you guys. When I heard him on Tell the Vision and having Kanye production on here, I knew that it was going to be definitely the you heard the gospel kind of sound, or the vocals in the background. You knew that was a Kanye motherfucking produced verse. And then hearing Pusha T just get on that verse, it was so terrible. It didn't belong. It didn't mesh well. I thought the Rick Ross track was pretty cool with the Dream. I thought that on Manslaughter, that's the track was called, Manslaughter, that Rick Ross actually should have kept that track to himself. I really don't understand why he didn't keep that for himself, because him and the Dream were going crazy on that. And then Pop Smoke gets on there, and he just kind of just gives us the same recycled bars that we've gotten. It's kind of crazy how current rappers give you recycled bars and you shit on them. One example is Logic, that you guys shit on them, but when we get recycled rappers from a deceased artist, everybody is okay with it. I can't tell you how many times I heard the word jello, something like the ass is like a jello, it's like a jello. He said that literally shit like 20 times, and it sucks. The reason I hate doing these reviews, or I hate doing the reactions to the posthumous albums, is because I'm true to myself. All right. And you guys know I've always been 100%. It's always about the music. It's never about the person. Sometimes it gets really confusing, and you guys mesh that shit, and you guys think that I'm personally attacking the artist. I'm always talking about the music. The music is ass. And it's hard to really shit on a deceased person's music because it's a very sensitive topic. But the album was ass. And then we get on the tracks like About a Million. What was the one track? Top Shots. I felt like I heard the original version. I did not listen to it on stream, but after I listened to the original version, which I thought that was a crazy, well, not a crazy version, but it was a great version, and it was a good verse from Pop. Little unfinished. We understand that wasn't meant to be released, but then they put this whole top. When I heard that the track was called Top Shotta, right? It wasn't a bad track when I listened to it. Forgettable, but wasn't a bad track by any means. I listened to Top Shotta, and they had the whole bling bling, the steel drum, and it had the island feel, and it sounded cool. But at the same time, it just didn't feel like Pop Smoke. I feel like the whole album felt soulless for me. We're listening to the album, and I'm kind of at what we got to the point where I think it was track 13 with Future, and I think at that time I was pretty clocked out. It just felt like the whole album was the feature artists were the actual artists of the track, and then it was Future and Pop Smoke. That's really what it sounded like. They didn't bring out the esque of Pop. They didn't bring out the roars of Pop. They didn't bring out that savageness of Pop. And I felt like they just really missed on it. You could really tell, man. And I don't know why people actually thought that this was good, or the thing that makes me mad is about these posthumous albums is the fact that entitlement. I spoke about that at the beginning of the video, but the entitlement, man, is what kills me, because if Pop Smoke, or if Juice WRLD has 3,000 songs, if Pop Smoke has 3,000 songs, guess what, man? Go listen to that shit on Napster or motherfucking LimeWire, FrostWire, whatever, BearShare, whatever you are using. Go ahead and listen to it on there. But it's not going to be a mass public. It's going to be an underground type thing where you listen to it, all right? It's not meant to be released. That's not what he had it for. It wasn't for official release, and I think that you keep that there. I think a lot of people, the one thing, too, that makes me really mad about these albums is the fact that when I explain my reasonings, people try to counter it, and they sound so fucking stupid. They sound so stupid. I'm literally sitting here like, okay, we didn't know what Juice WRLD and we didn't know what Pop Smoke wanted with this album, so therefore we should not release it. So people's counter opinion is, well, what if he did want to release it? You didn't know if he did want to release it, so he should release it. My solution to this is, I don't know whether he did or not. You don't know whether he did or not. So guess what you do when you don't know? It's just like gambling. When you don't know, you stay away. You leave it alone. You stay neutral. You stay in the middle. You stay at zero balance. That's what you do. So the fact that we don't know, we would not bet our lives on it, you don't release it. But a lot of people in these fucking kids are like, yeah, no, I want the 3,000. I want the more Juice World tracks. As a fan, I feel entitled because I deserve that. I put all the Juice World posters in my room and all the Pop Smoke posters, and I'm motherfucking grrring like a tiger. I deserve all the motherfucking Pop Smoke music. It's crazy to me that a lot of people feel that way. Where I'm just like, okay, well, I don't feel that way. I'm just going to keep it. I'm going to stay away. I don't know what it is. I'm going to stay neutral. Tracks like Chris Brown, Woo Baby featuring Chris Brown, that sounds like a straight up Chris Brown track. Let's not even talk about Demeanor, the worst track I've actually ever heard. I imagine if they actually look, a scenario, they actually have Demeanor featuring Dua Lipa on, and as much as I love Dua, I love her, but as much, like imagine they have this on a Victoria's Secret runway, because that's our Dior runway, because that's exactly what this track sounds like. It sounded like some runway music. I don't think I've ever heard Pop Smoke do runway music. The closest runway song he had was Dior. And we all know that's not a Dior, that's not a motherfucking runway track. Spoiled feature Pharrell was also another track that I was kind of like, whatever. The Kid Cudi track was fucking terrible. That had to be the worst track I've heard this year, and that goes for Lil Skies, that goes for Trippie Redd, and fuck yeah, that goes for a lot of tracks. That even goes for Soul Train. Soul Train is on par with Demeanor. That's how motherfucking trash Demeanor is. 8 Ball sounds like some Wild Wild West shit that I did not feel like Pop Smoke belonged on. That definitely felt like a Cudi track though, but it was a track that I did not think that Pop Smoke was. It just did not bring out Pop Smoke sound at all. The Backdoor track with Quavo and Kodak Black was cool, and I love the Merci Beaucoup. The Merci Beaucoup was actually pretty tight. That was probably one of my favorite tracks on the album. The way they ended that album, I thought that was pretty cool. 21 Savage also did his thing as well on About a Million. I did not like 42 Doug's feature on there, but 21 Savage actually ate his verse. I think the problem I just have with the album is the fact that it's so long, and now we have a deluxe version coming out. Of course, it's clearly. If it's not clear to anybody that this is a money grab, then I don't know how else to explain this. For me, man, look, if you guys want to know, I always throw my financials to people too, because it's kind of crazy. Like people don't really understand. If I really wanted to make money on here, I would have did the reaction and I would have did the review, and that would have got me maybe $400 to $700 first day. I would have made $400 to $700 first day if I would have released Pop Smoke reaction on the day of. Sometimes it's really not about the money, all right? The review, this is probably going to get me paid a little bit of money. I might get $40, $30. Okay, I'm going to tell you I'm going to get $40. People going to watch it. They want to watch it. The full video is on Patreon as well, because I put my Twitch VODs on Patreon, which I listen to Pop Smoke, which is in the Twitch VOD, which goes on Patreon. I'll probably get an extra $30 from that. If I wanted to make the money, I would drop the reaction on YouTube, and I would make an extra $400 to $700. And then the next day make $200 to $300, $200, or $100 to $300. That's how it goes down. If y'all did not know, there you go right now. So there you go. A quick stack. All right? Quick stack. So whenever people always kind of just say that, I'm just like, all right, cool. Like it's not about the money, man. Sometimes you just got to realize, man, like we've already been here. We've already done that. I don't know how many times I got to sound like a parrot to get my point across. It's just the whole money grab, the whole soulless of the album. It just doesn't feel right. It just doesn't sound good. Not even the fact that it was asked because of the whole post-hummus, situation, but just because it was asked sonically. It just did not sound good from start to finish. There's only 2 tracks on here that I really like, and it's one of the worst albums I've actually heard this year. Shit, honestly, I would take the whole, I would take YBN Namir's album over this. To be fair with you, if we keep it in a book. The fact that you had all these features on this album and the album still sounds unpolished for all these producers to be on here, and the album sounds like this. And when you have his own family literally sitting there and saying like, fuck that. Like, why he wouldn't have done this? I don't know. As a fan, how could you sit there as a fan and be like, you know what? Nope, I don't care. I want to listen to it still. I don't care. Selfish as fuck. Just shows you it shows you the era we have and what kind of kids we got growing up in this era, bro. It just shows you what's going on. And the toxicity that the internet has created in this generation. Like literally, that's what it shows you. But That being said, man, tell me how you feel about the album, man. Let me know what was your favorite track. Let me know what was your least favorite track. Let me guys know how I feel about the post-hummus albums, man. Let me know if you guys would be cool with another album. Let me know how you guys feel about the labels milking them. Let me know if you think that it's all good. Let me know what would you do. How do you think they should handle the situation? I want to hear opinions, man. I do really want to hear opinions, man. I want to hear how y'all feel because I feel like, man, I'm just talking to a wall at this point. I am going to get my shit off because this is my channel and I can do that. You want to get your shit off? Go ahead and make a YouTube channel and get y'all shit off. But I'm going to get my shit off on my channel. And that's just how I feel about it. So that's just how I feel. I feel like they're milking them, man. I think that's very blatant at this point. They're not even trying to hide it. And I think the fact that y'all eating it up so much, they can do that. They can make it very obvious because, you know, y'all don't care. So why the fuck should they care? Like, right? I mean, if y'all going to pay for the motherfucking product, fuck it. You know, right? I'm going to keep putting it out. Who knows? So that being said, man, Juice WRLD also has 3 albums coming out, and I think the X and Juice WRLD collab is supposed to drop at some point. Who knows, man? But with that said, man, with that being said, man, don't forget follow me on social medias. If you want to watch the full reaction, it is on Patreon. All right. If you want to just support the boy, it's $1 on Patreon every month. That's $12 a motherfucking year. That would be 6 McDoubles. That would also be 12 single cheeseburgers from McDonald's. That would be 3 apple pies, 10, 12. I mean. No, 9. Yeah, 9. Shit, my math was a little wrong. 9 plain cheeseburgers. But, yeah, man, if you want to just support, man, Dollar in a Dream, you can head over there. You can watch that if you want to watch it. If not, you don't have to. You're not entitled to. Yeah, with that being said, man, keep it a buck. See y'all next time. 3,000 likes on Univana on the wall. Until next time, man, we're out. Peace.